Anybody in here? All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our October PD Coordinators webinar. I'm Anne-Marie Molinari Sanders, and I'm just going to be hosting here for a little bit. And then we're going to, I'm going to hand it over to Wayne, who's going to facilitate today along with the rest of the team. And so as we're waiting for people to come on in, we thought we would do a fun one. It is National Angel Food Cake Day. And so we wanted to know what type of angel food cake do you like? And I guess the better thing is, what do you like to put on your angel food cake? And if you're not an angel food cake person, what is your favorite type of holiday candy or fall festival candy? So either one of them as we wait to kind of welcome everyone in. So go ahead in the chat pod and just let us know. Angel food cake, what kind? And or what kind of toppings or what kind of Halloween candy are you reaching for? Oh, yum. Strawberries and cream. Beth, yes, yum. Oh gosh. Oh, cream cheese. Oh, it's coming in quick here. I can't read everything. Angel food cake with strawberries. Ah, devil's food cake. That's true. Let's see what else we have. Gotta be candy corn, Lori Slayton says about the Halloween candy. Cream cheese, coffee icing. Oh my gosh. With the angel food cake, I need coffee, Paula. I need coffee if we're gonna do that. That's for sure. Oh my gosh. Oh, yum. All right, I'm busy. I'm getting distracted by the chat pod, y'all. Let's see here. What else? I don't see any other Halloween candy. Anybody a big peanut M&M fan like I am? Peanut M&Ms. Gotta be peanut M&Ms. But I gotta keep them away from my husband because he eats them all. Oh, okay. Ashley says candies no longer matters when there's coffee flavored icing. So true. Oh, wow. Okay. Anna. Hello, Anna. Yeah, peanut M&Ms are good. Okay. Well, everybody, we're going to go ahead and we're going to get started. It is 1:30 right on the dot, and we're going to do something a little bit different today. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start by just welcoming everybody again. I'm Anne-Marie Molinari Sanders. I'm going to be turning off my camera here in a minute. I am hosting, and Wayne will be taking over here shortly, as well as the rest of the team. We do just want to remind you of a couple things. If you have any technical difficulty during this webinar, we have a new process that we're going to do now, which is very exciting. And you can call the Distance Education Call Center for help, and I've dropped that in the chat pod. So that's really important. And then also just a couple of reminders that make sure that you have your participant pod open and your chat pod open, because we're going to be dropping in a lot of great information. Okay. And we know that we've welcomed a lot of new people. So to the role of PD coordinator. So welcome again. And remember, this is recorded and it will be available in the PD coordinators community of practice in the PD portal for viewing later on. So at this time, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to transfer it over to Wayne. Wayne, you have the slides.
Well, thank you, Anne-Marie, for doing all that housekeeping stuff for us. Welcome again to the PD Coordinators webinar for October. We're going to follow the same general process that we do. And we're going to start with some update from the DEPDC. We're going to do talk about the new trainings and conferences and statewide events. We'll talk about the monthly webinar series. We'll get some testing updates. We'll have some PD portal announcements, and then everybody's favorite time, the PD coordinator time. Beth, you're the first one.
All right. Thank you, Wayne. I think most of you know this by now, but we would like to officially welcome to TCAL Dr. Glenda Rose, who is taking over as our new managing director. And we are thrilled to have her back on the TCAL team and leading our leadership team. And Glenda is with us today. This is her first PD coordinators webinar in her new role. Glenda, would you like to say hello?
Hello. Hi, so happy to be here. Please reach out to me if you have any questions or things I can help with concerning professional development or the Digital Education PD Call Center, Distance Education PD Call Center. Thank you.
Thank you, Glenda, and welcome aboard. I'll pass it
Can I
back to
say
you,
one more
Wayne.
thing, Beth? My name shows up on
Sure.
a couple of these slides. Those predated me taking this role. So I'm not coming in trying to like take over everything, but I had agreed to do some trainings before I came in this role.
Thank you, Glenda. Wayne, back to you.
Thanks, Glenda. Thanks, Beth. And then now we're going to look at the updates for the DEPDC. And I believe that Raina is going to speak.
Yes. Okay. Hello, everybody. I'm Rena Renteria, the call center manager. If you can go to the next slide, please. I'm going to have Liz drop links in the chat as I go throughout. But first, coming up next week already for the DEPDC, we have 2 webinars coming up. The first one is October 18th, and there are 2 separate sessions that you can sign up for, one at 10 a.m. and one at 6 p.m. This session is called Leveling Up Your Classroom with Zoom Basics. This is targeted at especially new teachers that are wanting to get a kind of a handle on the overall of the new updates that Zoom has been pushing out. So we're going to be covering a lot of techniques and tools to make classrooms more engaging, organized for online learning environments. We're going to be talking about, of course, how the creation of the very basics like breakout rooms, screen sharing, and all kinds of stuff like that. It'll be very interactive, so I hope you guys sign up, and we hope to see you guys there. The next one we have in collaboration with Dr. Glenda Rose, October 25th. And again, this one will also be 2 sessions as well at the same times, 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. This one is Power Up Your Online Strategies for Adult Learner Success. And this one's going to be talking more about the world of online adult ed and helping you with best practices to create a dynamic and engaging virtual classroom. So it'll be a lot about understanding adult learners online, how to create a thriving online community, engaging instruction, of course, some tech tips, especially coming from the distance ed side, and then also about some best practices for accessibility. So we hope to see you there as well. Next slide, please. Upcoming national webinar we have with links is Artificial Intelligence for the Adult ELA Classroom. This one is October 17th at 2 p.m. Central. The presenter will be Rachel Riggs, and we're going to be putting the link to register for this one in the chat. So this one is about how ESOL teachers can draw upon artificial intelligence to enhance their work. It'll be led by Rachel Riggs, who we all dearly love. And she's going to be giving a brief orientation on AI and its impact and use in adult education. So you'll be able to get some ideas and tools to learn how to support the ethical side of this and make it more equitable when we use AI in the AEL classrooms. Next slide, please. So this one, there is an error in the slide, so I will have Liz also put it on in the chat. This session is actually October 18th at the same time at 12 Central. So this one is about digital literacy for families and English upskilling pathways in short-term credentials. This is sponsored by Gen Ed, one of the DL curriculums. This one is going to be about, let me see here. Oh, it'll be an interactive session, more about like you're going to listen to these experts and you'll be able to ask questions to see how to make this transferable into your programs. Next slide, please. Just some other announcements. We do have DLCS, so the Digital Literacy Content Standards training is available in person and virtual, and there are going to be updates coming to it to the PD portal to make sure that there is a 3-hour version of coming up. We have the DLA1 module training. This one is on demand or can be delivered in person. So there is, of course, this one you can also register in the PD portal. And last but not least, we have DART, which is also available in the PD portal in person and virtual training, and they have different time sets as well. Next slide, please. Now on to the call center. So this one's very exciting. So we are still looking for one more student to be interested in sharing their story on the distance education call center. So we're looking for a student who has used the call center, or if they haven't, will be willing to try it and share their experience on how the call center has assisted them or their program with completing whatever studies that they are doing. It is going to be a couple hours of commitment, between 8 to 10 hours. It'll take over 2 days of filming them, their stories, a bit of B-roll, with professional videographers. We're willing to go wherever they are, all over the state of Texas. And if they do so, whoever participates and completes the video project will receive a $200 gas gift card from TWC for their time. And then this link will also be in the chat. This is just basically an interest form, so you can refer a student if you know one, tell your teachers to refer a student, and then we will reach out to them directly and see if this is something that they are for sure committed to doing. Next slide, please. Of course, I do want to always put in a plug. So the DEPDC does fund free digital literacy curriculum for all Texas AEL providers, and we offer two. So it's up to you and your program, whichever works best, or if you want both. We have North Star Digital Literacy, and we have Computer Essentials by Essential Education. And then, of course, we can also help you if you're interested in implementing one of these in your program, to please email or call us at the call center. Or you can email us directly here at the DEPDC so that we can get you started or set up your account if we need to do any updates on the back end for you guys.
Thank you, Rena.
Thank you.
And now we're going to hear a little bit about new trainings, conferences, and statewide events. And Paula, you're up first.
Thank you, Wayne. Hello, everyone. You have got a fantastic year planned by Literacy Texas. What you're seeing on the screen is just a touch of what they're doing this year. I'm going to put this link in the chat pod because I would encourage you to go to their site. They have in the bottom right-hand corner, you'll see those online Zoom meetings they're having, and those are for new leaders. Now, these are mainly for the community-based organization and volunteer AEL programs. All of these symposiums and events are free of charge, but I would encourage you, they're open to anyone. If you collaborate with a nonprofit, I would just love for you to share this information with them. Their very first regional symposium is going to be November 15th. It's on the right-hand side, the Dallas-Fort Worth Regional Symposium. It's a Friday, and it's from 8 to 3:15 up in Arlington. I have the address there. And then, of course, plan for their annual conference, their 2025 annual conference, which will be August 4th through August 6th. Then we'll give you more information as we get closer to that date. Thanks, Wayne.
Thank you, Paula. We're going to move on to Anne Marie talking about some links training.
Thank you, Wayne. I just want to remind everyone again about these new science courses that are available in the Links online course repository. They have a whole library of asynchronous courses that instructors can take on a variety of topics, which means they can do it, when it's convenient for them. And that we're very excited about the science courses because these, are so applicable to HSC classes, to even, some math classes. So let me explain a little bit about what they are. So there are 3 different courses, and these courses help teachers use science in the adult education classroom. These courses introduce instructors to the importance of science education, curriculum planning, and the use of science in adults' lives. Now let's break it down for each one. The first one is engaging adult learners in science, and that's 3 hours, and there will be a professional development certificate awarded. And this one really introduces 8 scientific practices outlined by the National Research Council's framework for K through 12 science education. So it's really hitting those content standards. And then also we have teaching energy literacy to adult learners. And this one is talking about the role of energy and in the potential interest in energy as a career field. And then the last one, which I think really looks good for ESL, integrated EL civics instructors possibly, or anyone with your ESL, students, or just general classes, project-based science instruction for career preparation. And that's 2.5 hours. And that one really talks about, again, work and career related context. So that contextualization. So once again, these are available free of charge and links. The only caveat is you must create an account. You must have a links account to access all these courses. And I'll put the link for more information in the chat pod. Thanks, Wayne.
Thank you, Anne-Marie. And we're going to move on to Beth Bonder.
Thank you, Wayne. We are keeping a slide in here for COABE 2025. Just as amazing opportunity for our national professional development organization, COABE, to be bringing this national conference to Texas. So they're going to be in Dallas, March 30th through April 2nd. I did just go and check. Registration is not up yet, but it should be coming soon. Once registration is up, we can get early bird special until January 15th. So just a heads up, you can save a little money as soon as it's open if you go ahead and get registered before January 15th. And I also wanted to emphasize having a national conference come is a big commitment on the part of our Texas professional organization, which is TALY. It's a lot of work for them. And so I asked not long ago, what do you all need from the field? And they're going to need a lot of volunteers to help once everything is set. And we're all there in Dallas. They're going to need people that are runners, that are helping with the app, that are checking on rooms and handing out evaluations and all of those kinds of things. So be on the lookout for something from TALY outlining for us, those of us in the field that will be there, how we can help and support them. So that's all for now. Thanks, Wayne.
Thanks, Beth. And we're going to pause here to see if anybody has a question. I lost my chat pod, Anne-Marie, so if you could help me out.
Okay, I will. Yes, sir. I'm looking. We'll see.
If you had a question but hadn't put it into the chat, you can go ahead and unmute yourself and ask your question.
Yeah. And yes, and I don't see any questions right now. So yes.
Okay. Well, then we'll move on to talking about the monthly webinar series. And we'll start with Wendy Christensen and the Manager Monday.
Hello, everyone. The next Manager Monday will be this upcoming Monday, October 14th, from noon to 1. And the topic is, which test is best for my AEL program? And we're going to panel from a few different programs across Texas. We'll have representatives from community colleges, nonprofit organizations. So we hope to see you in this session. And a little bit more about it, you can hear from multiple professionals from Texas AEL programs as they discuss which tests work for them and why. They will share their experiences, thoughts, and advice on the NRS approved AEL tests. So we hope to see you there next Monday. Next slide. And then as you're saving the dates, in November on the 18th, we will have Harnessing AI, Innovative Strategies for AEL Leadership by our own Dr. Glenda Rose. And then on December 16th, we're going to have Building Effective Distance Learning Programs in Texas AEL, again, delivered by Dr. Glenda Rose. Now, a little bit about each of these sessions. So the first one in November, Harnessing AI, discover how artificial intelligence can transform your AEL program management. Learn how to utilize AI for tasks such as student data analysis, program evaluation, resource allocation, and staff development. explore real-world examples of AI applications in AEL, and gain insights into the future of program management. Very interesting topic for all of our leaders across Texas. And then for building effective distance learning programs, the session, which is sponsored by DEPDC, it will equip AEL programs with the knowledge and tools to create and/or enhance successful distance learning options for their learners that align with TWC AEL requirements. Participants will gain an understanding of state guidance, including professional development obligations. The session will explore various distance learning models and provide practical strategies for implementation and optimization. So I know that was a lot of information, but I just think they're really great topics that are very beneficial to some of our leaders in Texas AEL. So I wanted to make sure that you had some of the descriptions and some of the information that will be covered. And then one last thing, that's not on the slide is that Dr. Rose and Dr. David Rosen will be doing a session specifically for AI for professional developers for AALPD on the 22nd of October. And I'm going to go ahead and put a link in the chat if that is of interest to you. And sorry, it's not on the slide, but it just came in this afternoon. So I'm trying to grab it real quick. Hold on. Sorry, Wayne, I'm a little bit slow today.
It's okay.
There you go. So that's the link for Dr. Glenda's collaboration training. And then finally, on this slide, we have this save the dates for October, November, and December. And I'm going to go ahead and put those dates in the chat, and that'll be all for me. Wayne, I thank you.
Thank you, Wendy. We're going to move on to Krista, talking about Teacher Tuesday.
All right, good afternoon. So,
Little bit higher on your volume, Krista.
Do what?
We're having a hard time hearing you.
Of course you are. Because that's evidently what I do now is have issues. Can you hear me now?
A little bit better.
I'm sorry. So this month we had the Texas AEL content standards for Teacher Tuesday with Anne Marie, and that will be in the portal in the next few weeks. So next month we are doing the introduction to the distance learning content standards with Amber Miller. So November 12th. So if you're wanting to hear about the DLCS, comes to this Teacher Tuesday. And next one. And so these are the dates. I don't have topics yet for the rest, but we will get them shortly. Thank you.
Thank you, Krista. And Olga Escamilla, did you drop in on us?
She did drop in. She's here.
Excellent.
Good afternoon, everyone. So I wanted to share a little bit about our upcoming October 16th Workforce Wednesday. Our presenter is Victoria Hinojosa, and she's going to be talking about leadership in action, influence and impact beyond the hierarchy. So join our presenter for a webinar that explores the dynamic realm of leadership that extends beyond, far beyond, the job titles and formal structure. So gain insights and tools on how to cultivate a leadership mindset among your adult learners. So join us. It's going to be a great session. And next slide. These are just the remaining dates for our year. And I do have the dates for the coming year for 2025, but I will be posting those probably in November and December. So join us for Workforce Wednesday. Thank you. Thank you, Wayne.
And thank you, Olga. And we're going to move on to Tech and Tell with Anne Marie.
Thank you so much again, Wayne. So very excited about November and December, but let's start with November. So in November, we have a wonderful presenter and trainer coming back, Ryan Lett, and she's going to be providing a Tech and Tell webinar on Quill. And Quill is a digital writing tool. And the title of this webinar, which I think is so cool, Quill Unleashed, Transforming Writing and Language Learning. So I want to share a little bit about this. It is looking for a captivating way to enhance reading and writing instruction and keep students engaged. Quill is a comprehensive and interactive digital platform that builds reading comprehension, writing, and language skills through teacher-led and independent activities. And so in this session, participants will learn how to access and use the platform, participate in a demo, and gain ideas for implementation. And this is really targeted for intermediate to advanced ESL, ABE, and ASC classes. So let's mark your calendars. Registration is available in the portal. It's 11:30 to 12:30, always on Friday. So the next slide, December 13th, mark your calendar. Oh, and you know what, Wayne, can you go back real quick? I just want to say one thing. So Quill is in the portal right now, but we're updating it. So we're going to get a brand new webinar on Quill. Okay, so now we can move forward. December 13th, Ryan is going to be back to talk about a brand new writing digital tool. And I'm just going to keep it a surprise for now, but registration is in the portal for that as well. And then stay tuned next month is I will have next year's dates out, as well as hopefully looking forward to the next 3 months with presenters. So thank you so much. Next slide. And on behalf of all of us, we want to thank you. We always get great ideas, and so we encourage you to reach out to us if you have ideas about presenters for any of the 4 series, or you would like to present yourself. And I'll go ahead and put these emails in the chat pod. Thank you. Oh, they already are. Okay. Thank you, Wayne.
Okay, thank you, Anne Marie. And we'll do another slight pause for some questions if we got any.
All right, I don't see any, but let's just pause here and see if there's any questions.
Okay, so next up is some testing announcements. So we'll get some testing updates from Olga Escamilla.
Thanks, Wayne. Let's talk about some testing updates. Where, when, what have you. Next slide. So our first slide of information, and I'm kind of, where is it? Okay, here it is. So we're going to be happening in terms of Best Plus, and I wanted to bring this slide back up. So Best Plus 3.0 test administrator training. So in fall of 2024, and people have been waiting for this anxiously because we had said October 1. There's going to be a free online self-paced course available for 6 months, free for 6 months. So beginning sometime mid-October, which I believe it's Monday because they said October 14th, they're going to have this course available. So after the 6 months, the cost is going to go up to $125. So programs, if you use Best Plus and you need training on the Best Plus 3.0, then this course is a way to go, and it's available free for 6 months. So take advantage of this. Otherwise, we're still using the old Best Plus 2.0. We are available, or there are 2.0 trainers. So if you need information about that, reach out to your PD specialist. And then certified Best Plus trainers will happen. This says fall of 2024 when the course is available. So of course, the course is hopefully October 14th. So thank you. Then we have information on the CASAS test. So trainers are recertified and ready to provide the new Texas style CASAS training, or they're recertified. So there's a smaller cadre of recertified trainers. So again, do reach out to your PD specialist about who might be able to provide training for your area. And the recertified trainers can train on the old and the new series. So coming up, we have on October 23rd and 24th, it's a 12-hour, we have a training of trainers. So this means that this individual that comes to this training will be able to train your participants. So right now, if your program does not have a CASAS trainer, then they could be registered. Registration is available in the PD portal, but the PD specialist will register. And the participants must have attended the full training to be certified, or they must attend this full 12-hour training to be certified. And programs pay for travel for participants. So one of the things with this training is to be a TOT, you must have prior CASAS training, assessment experience. So just keep that in mind. Next slide. And then we are also having a test administrator training. So if you have someone in your program that needs to administer the test, that's going to happen on October 26th, and that is 6 hours total in San Marcos. And registration is available in the PD portal. PD specialists will register participants for this one. And again, you must attend the full training to be certified as a test administrator. So if there's programs out there that still need individuals to test, we have this test administrator training happening on October 26th. So join us. And the only thing for these two is the program pays for the travel. Then we also have the Texas style TABE 1112 online test administrator training. Again, this is for those that will be administering the test. This virtual training, it's a 3-hour, and we're going to offer it twice. The first offering is October 30th from 5:30 to 8:30, and the second one is November 2nd from 9 to noon, and the November 2nd is a Saturday. So registration is available in the portal. PD specialists will register participants, and participants must attend the full training. Thank you, Wayne. So this is just, again, a little bit more information. We received a few updates from TABE. So the current test forms A and B are approved through June of 2025. The new test forms C and D online, they're available as of September 3rd, 2024. The online A and B can be converted to new forms. If you still have A and B tests, you can contact DRC and convert them to the C and D. And then the C and D paper forms, they're going to be available in spring of 2025, and they're looking at April. So again, the Texas style TABE Class C online trainers are available. And then we have the TABE 1112. That's approved through June 2025. The Texas style TABE 1112 trainers are available. And then the online 1112 can be those forms, the online 1112 can be converted to the new forms once they're available. And apparently the new forms are going to be available mid-January of 2025. And then the paper forms are going to be available in spring of 2025. So this is just an update from what we had provided before. So keep an eye out for that. And next slide, if I have one.
Okay, don't go anywhere, Olga. There might be some questions. That was a lot of information.
That was a lot and very quick. The other thing that I could say about TABE 11 and 12 or 13 and 14, we will most likely have, right now we're just doing a test administrator training, but in the spring, we will most likely have a TABE 13, 14. Kind of almost like a refresher for those that are already trainers, and a TOT for those that are wanting to be TABE trainers. So any
Okay, well,
questions? I don't see any questions, right?
I don't see any questions. I don't hear any.
Go back to the
So-
previous screen with the test. Which test, Margot?
Is that the one you want?
Yes, okay.
Okay, and again, all these slides will be available to you in the PD portals, community of practice for the PD coordinators as soon as we get it published. And if we don't have any more questions, we're going to move on to some PD portal announcements. And we're going to start with Gautam, who has graciously told us to call him G because he's got such a long name.
Yes. Thank you, Wayne. This is Manikanta Ramakrishna Gautam, aka G. And we have 3 new courses that have been published in the PD portal. You can see the titles on the screen. moving to the next one, certificates of completion. Moving to the next one. Yes, certificate of the completion are now available for virtual fall institute attendees in the PD portal. Please contact us at pdportal@tmu.edu if you attended a session and you do not have the certificates of the completion. Moving to the next one. Thanks. Thank you everyone for completing the active user audit during the busy month of September. Thank you everyone for that. Moving to the next one. And before creating the PD portal account for all the new staff, please verify if the new staff is having an account previously. If they think they have, please email us at pdportal@tmu.edu. And if they email us, and we'll update their account to be associated with the new program. That will be easy, and that's how it should be. AEL staff are only allowed to have one PD portal account. And also, I also want to remind you, all the staff to log into their portal to keep it active. Moving to the next one. We have a friendly reminder to you all. Do not forget to visit tcall.tmu.edu/pd-portal for all the helpful videos and step-by-step instructions. I use them a lot of time, and I wish you all use them as well. They are the great resources, to be honest. If you still have any questions for us, we are available at pdportal@tmu.edu. Moving to the next one.
All right, thanks, G, for that information. We'll pause to see if anybody's got any PD portal questions.
Sure.
And I'm not seeing any, but I just want to pause for just a minute to see if we have any. Let's see.
Well, okay, if we don't have any questions, then it's time to move on to PD coordinator time with Krista Mosier.
Hi, can you hear me a little better now?
A little better this time.
Okay, I pushed up the volume on my microphone, so we'll see. Okay, so just a quick reminder on our staff qualifications. A question had come in about new teachers and their PD hours. And this is on the TCall site for under staff qualifications, and somebody can get that link in the chat so that you can go and look at the whole chart of the qualifications. But if you are a new teacher, you are required to have PD hours of at least 6 hours within 30 calendar days of providing instructional activities. So your teacher can start teaching, but within 30 days, they must have 6 hours completed. Those 6 hours must include the 3 hours of principles of adult learning and 3 clock hours of the relevant areas of literacy instruction. Now, where can you find those? You go to your PD portal, and as the PD coordinator, you can assign courses to these new teachers, or they can do a search for PAL and a search for content or literacy and find online curriculum that will fulfill these requirements. All right. Does anybody have any questions about that? Rule those qualifications.
Krista, this is Jan Bartlett in Lubbock. I just have one question. If we don't hire a new teacher till February, do they still have to do the 15 total hours of professional development, or are there less hours required?
Excellent question. If you have someone hired after January 1st, the requirement goes down to half. So instead of 15 hours for a teacher, it's 7.5 hours. But this rule still counts for within the 30 days. But they only need 7.5 hours.
Perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome. Excellent question. Thank you, Jan. And this is PD coordinator time. So if you're sitting there going, I don't understand, or I'm not sure about this, or anything that has to do with your job, this is the time to ask it. We have plenty of time this afternoon. Not that I'm going to keep you forever, but if you have a question, please unmute or put it in the chat. This is the time for these kinds of questions. And don't be shy, because there's a lot of new PD coordinators and new staff on this call. So please let us know if you have questions. All right. Okay, so Ashley says, clarifying that this is not for those on payroll, not volunteer teachers, correct? Okay, that's a good question. Now, if a volunteer is responsible for student hours, then yes, they need to have the PD as well. If you have them in teams at all, then yes, they have to have the PD. And then what happens if new instructors do not complete the 6 hours within the 30 days? Then, and I think Lori is on the call, but I think that's when you would have to do an exception so that they can be understood. They can have, excuse me, so that there's an explanation of why they did not finish those hours. Okay. Any other questions? These are really good. This is exactly what this time is for. All right. Then we'll go ahead and move on. The big thing right now is the PD plan. I know some programs have already finished. Work with your PD specialist as you need to. That is due October 15th. So be working on it. And again, your PD specialist is here for assistance. And I'll go ahead and move us on. Our next PD coordinator webinar is November 14th. Again, at 1:30, we are going to stay with that 1:30 time frame. So make sure that your calendar is set for that. And also make sure that you are being able to see the PD portal, PD coordinator webinars on your calendar. I know I sent out a couple links this morning to people that couldn't see it. So please make sure that your staff that you need to have access to this PD coordinator webinar can see the event on the calendar to register. All right, thank you very much.
Well, thank you, Krista. And here's your last chance to ask any of those last minute questions about anything that we've talked about today or something you hope that we would have brought up today. You see anything in the chat, Anne-Marie?
I am not. I just wanted to let everyone know that I did drop in the link, Krista, for the PD qualifications chart in the chat pod for everybody too. So
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
you're welcome. And I'm not seeing anything yet, but I just want to give everybody just again a little bit of a pause, but not right now, Wayne. So let's see here. Okay, let me go back. No, I don't see any questions at this time.
Okay, I always resort to reciting the alphabet in my head to make sure that I give enough time.
I do too. I'm counting 10-second rule. Exactly.
Okay, well, if that is it, then thank you very much for joining us today. Again, November 14th will be the next PD coordinator webinar. And we have one more slide about the Distance Education Center, just a reminder that they are there and their information. Rena, did you want to say anything more about that?
Just to let you guys know that the call center is free to use for all educators, which includes teachers, support staff, directors, as well as students. We're open 7 days a week from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. We do have Spanish-speaking agents on call, and we also offer a translator service if another language is needed. So this can be with anything DL, curriculum, tech issues, helping them reroute their routers, anything like that, updating Zoom, Microsoft Teams. And then we also offer a training on what the call center that you can request through your PD specialist. So this can be a staff meeting. We'll go to you, to your program. It could be a workshop, an hour presentation, just to tell you about all the services that the call center can offer and how to implement things inside of your like lesson plans or in your classrooms. Thank you.
Well, that is it for us today. I'll leave the room open for just another second in case anybody has anything that they wanted to say or ask.
You know what? We do have another question, Wayne, that just came in, and it's a great one. She said, this is about the DEPDC call center. Is there a request link on the site or will need to call? I'd like to get a workshop for my team. Very exciting, Ashley. So Rena, can you answer that question?
To request one of the road shows, it would be through your PD, I would say your PD coordinator. So it's you. You would turn it into your PD specialist, and they will reach out to us at the DEPDC, and we'll probably send either one of us here on staff or our call center agents to you. Did
So if
that
I
answer the question?
understand it correctly, then they're just going to request it like they would anything else they would request from us.
Correct, like any other training. Mm-hmm.
And Nelda, great question. Nelda Torabar asks, how soon can we see the slides for today? Usually, Nelda, they're posted. Correct me if I'm wrong, Krista. Usually in the next day or two with the recording, correct?
Correct, yes.
All right. Thank you, Nelda. Great question. And Ashley says, sounds great. Thank you. And I do not see.
Yeah.
I see
So to
Catherine
answer
asked whether
Catherine,
it was always at 1:30 to 2:30.
and the answer is yes, we are sticking with this 1:30 to 2:30 time to accommodate the 2:31 meeting at 2:30.
Thank you, Catherine. I apologize. I did not see that question. So thank you both, Krista.
Well, if nobody has anything else, then we'll go ahead and give you back a little bit of your afternoon.